welcome to the Yeah Come On Show with Southside Steve.
Yeah, come on. Happy Monday, man. And Mondays are good. Everybody looks at me and they're like, are you going to play golf? I'm like, no. First off, I don't have the money to play golf at the moment because I'm working too hard trying to make money. Golf takes me out for 6-7 hours. When you have a set job and you can break away from that job that has all the benefits, you're getting paid, you kind of sneak out of work. Those are the guys that golf worked for me for years.
Well, and also you can't really play on weekends because you're busy with your little boys. So you can't be the normal corporate guy that has the corporate job during the week, and then you get your time to yourself on Saturday afternoon to play golf.
Yeah.
You don't get that either, so you're out. It's a very big deal when you play golf now.
It is.
I know you want to play more.
Yeah, I do. I'm supposed to play this Wednesday, and I don't know how I'm going to fit it in because things come up, and I'm like, I've got to go where the money is, or I've got to go where that meeting to lead me to money is, because I'm trying to build the Yeah Come On Show, which is a 4-hour Atlanta radio show done in 30 minutes live without a net. And this is, make no mistake, this is our baby. This is 4 hours of radio we like to cram in. I think it's super cool for somebody that enjoys a live radio show and enjoyed the talk, whether it was 3 to 5 minutes or 8 minutes with 2 or 3 songs an hour or no music, or the morning shows that are really pushed, like that one on Fox FM or something where they can only talk 2 to 3 minutes and they play like 12 songs.
That show on Fox FM?
Yeah.
Our Fox FM?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
With Tom Sullivan and Cappy.
And Tom Sullivan's
Tom
got
and
a lot.
Cappy.
Yeah, Tom and Cappy. Tom's got a lot to say. I just wish he had more time. Maybe he gets it. I don't know. And then there's, the River doing the same damn thing. So, my boy Axel, he's got things to say, but most of the time he's talking about the same old song or a promotion. And that's by design. That's not his boss. That's not his boss's boss. That's from way up high, saying this is the way you do radio.
And then the River does very well with that. So
extremely successful. Yep, big signal.
Well, I think we can start going live on TikTok, and I guess we could go live on Facebook too if we want to do it live just to have content going, in real time. And then of course you can pick it up anywhere on Spotify, YouTube. We'll post it, but just for fun.
Should we do it like once a day or once a day?
Once a week?
Once a week, yeah.
I don't know because, they're not going to see anything. They're not going to see, when it's posted a few hours later because we are live without a net.
There are 0 edits. I watched Jeff. Literally, the second we're done, he's like, shows up. I'm like, okay, here we go.
In the can, ready to go.
So if I stumble, if he stumbles, if he misses a button, if Mike in the back, Mike, I know. He's like, he wants to know if we'll say his last name. I don't know that we should.
No. It's like kind of like you had the Virgin Murray as the regular guy's producer. No one really knew his name.
Yeah. He's got a radio name for a podcast he's on, but I told him, you're Mike on this show.
Yeah. Okay.
And I like it because you're Mike, like as in MIC.
Right, but he's not a third Mike. We don't have him Mike. He's not there yet.
I didn't say it. Jeff just, I was hard on Jeff in the beginning. I guess you're just a little payback.
Yes, exactly. That's what everybody does in radio. They pay back the interns and the newbies.
That's what you do. Well, you're giving him hell. Just to start off the show, we're going to get into Steve MZ today. We have a big house that got shot up. We have a passing of an attractive 80s girl. And we have anytime we can get into James Wood or someone that sums something up, that is my favorite type of Steve MZ. If you can go on and make sense and you're not being rude or crude, or maybe that was your angle. Bill Burr gets away with it. But every once in a while you see something online that is magical and you're like, wow, I don't think I could.
It might become one of those combo days where Steve MZ and Pollard Entertainment kind of collide.
I think they are.
I think we can put. We'll do a quick war update for Pollard Entertainment.
Okay.
I can put the James Woods thing in Steve MZ.
You can?
Yeah, because it's James Woods.
Hold on, Mike. We're going to combine Steve MZ and Pollard Entertainment, so it's one of those where you hit the button.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, I know.
We've done it before. It's not a first. It's kind of becoming a regular thing because the world is so political now.
I know.
And so is Hollywood.
It's gotten crazy. I'm like, good Lord. Now I can tell you how a lot of actors vote. I never wanted to know that. Starting to ruin my movie watching.
Although, you do like when you hear the other side, like James Woods or John Voight, some of these famous actors that vote Republican.
Mel Gibson, Dennis Quaid. But for me, I didn't need to know that to like them.
Right.
But if you vote left and you're cool about it, I'm like, far out. But if you're like slamming everything the current president's doing, I hate when people do that. I didn't go around slamming Obama all the time.
I'm sure you did a lot. It's okay to slam. It's okay to have an opinion, but
I really was trying to get away with that one. No, you're right. We actually had a counter on the regular guys on Rock 100.5. We were counting down the days till it was over. I remember we started around 690 and counted it down till he was out. Coca-Cola, anytime you want to be a part of the Yeah Come On show, let me know. That's my coffee some days. I hurt myself, and I did it in a weird way, and you're not in this anymore because when your wife has friends, especially friends she grew up with, they love, especially if they have kids the same age, so it gives me an outlet. So yesterday was a work day for me. I'm in the basement. I'm cutting a few scripts. I'm doing things. I entered into Workday on the Microsoft 365 or whatever, and I've lined up money coming in, money going out, and I did it just by learning off of Google.
So you're putting everything into a program, your bills and your schedule. Is your schedule too?
Not my schedule. No. I know I can do that. Schedule, I'm relying on the phone and the black book. But I know you're brilliant at this because you've run a business for 25 years. And I'm like, I'm going to probably ask you some questions, but I'm just trying to, if I'm a peacock and I'm this, I'm trying to be this, I'm just like, I got creative down. I've got improv down. I've got charisma. I've got the ability to talk in front of people. I'm not a narcissist, even though I think my wife thinks I am, but I'm not. And I love people. So I got a lot going for me, but it's like discipline, organization, those things I hurt on.
Organization, time management. I'm sure Amanda calls you on that once a week.
Oh, yeah. And I double book myself and I'm like, so I'm getting better. But I go over and I'm at the house for about 4 hours. They're doing the kids over there. It's a rainy day, so they're kind of in and out. And what do? They have their little snacks and they drink wine and talk about old times. And about every, 5 minutes, stop it. Hey, quit fighting. Back to drinking. I get the call. Can you pick us up around, 8 o'clock? It's a school night. Also, can you bring some tools? She wants to hang a basket on her deck. I'm like, all right, I can do that. And then
is her husband not around?
No, he's one of, and I saw him earlier in the day at another slime birthday party I had to go to at North Point Mall. And I just want to tell people we are in Georgia. I'm not sure where you're watching this podcast. I know we have fans in Texas because I just mailed a Yeah Come On hat out to a guy that watches us. But here, I would assume most people that follow us know us from Atlanta, and now they're living in other places. I hope the show expands. I think people can dig you and I. But, they're how do you say it? This mall might be the last mall, and they're talking about tearing it down, but it's in really good shape.
I think they're going to be building onto it or revitalizing it.
I hope, because I can tell you right now.
It's dead right now.
I saw people at it. It wasn't 1980s mall. But it was thicker, the crowd, and people were moving through and buying. And I'm like, okay, this looks good. But we're there at the slime place. And I talked to him, and he's like, yeah, man, I got to drive 20 hours. I've got to go to Raleigh and then work my way back. And what he does is kind of risk management a little bit, and he takes pictures of property and meets with people that are going to build on a site or something like that, and he helps them design, and that's kind of what he does. But he has to be on location, and he leaves for like 2 days. So his wife quit her job to stay home with the kids because they were getting killed on, babysitter or au pairs or whatever. And I'm just like, man, you're just not at the house. He's like, no.
He's one of these guys that has these jobs that he's traveling, and the wife is home alone with the kids, doing it all by herself for days at a time.
Days. So I get there. He's already left. I'd seen him around 1, 2 o'clock. Told me he'd be on the road at 5. I'm picking everybody up at 8, and I get there and she goes, "Oh, also, can you check the heating and air? The upstairs isn't working. It's not cooling."
Heating and air. I don't know if that's your specialty.
Well, I did heating and air installment.
Oh, that's right, you did.
I worked for a company called Bird Heating and Air, and did that out of East Point for a year. And I know a little bit about service, but I've learned, but I definitely can install or rough in a system. I think I could still do it. I even have the tools. But I get there, I'm working on it. I'm out there, I'm screwing this. Well, that didn't work. I want to give her a nice hanger. Finally, I get that. The basket's on. Everybody's happy. Then I go out and she goes, "I don't know." I said, "Well, where are your units?" She tells me the house is only a year old. I walk around and I look and the ice is just caked.
Oh no! So is it the Freon? It's not. It's like freezing.
Yeah. So it's either you're low on Freon and it's freezing, or there's a blockage and
you're overrunning it.
Overrunning it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're overrunning it. So there could be a blockage. It overruns when it runs low on Freon. So I said, I knew this one. I said, "Turn off your AC, turn the fan on." So she turned the fan on. I let the fan keep running, but turn the AC off. Instantly, that'll dial it down. It'll start melting. I go out there with a hammer, do a little tappy tap tap, and just get most of the ice off anyway. And I'm like, well, let me go check for a blockage. And of course, it's the upstairs. So I go up in her attic. It's one of these, dude, these people ought to be ashamed. This is a $900,000 house with a $5 ladder to go up. It's rickety. It's brand new wood. It doesn't open properly. It's got this little thin metal handle instead of like my house with a really good wood handle. I climb my ass up there. I look, and then I open up the filter door and I try to pull the filter out. And it won't pull. It won't come out. And I look and I'm pulling as hard as I can. And I can take off the front and I see that it's just kind of looks like maybe it's gotten wet, moisture, or it's been in there a long time and it's just kind of stuck in a few places. So I'm ripping on it, pulling as hard as I can. Well, there's metal inside those filters where the metal just slices the crap. And I instantly, blood's everywhere. It's on my brand new tennis shoes, which last night I'm shouting it out and I'm scrubbing and I'm using zero res water and I'm squirting and I'm just trying to get that out. It was on her rug coming down into her laundry room, but that came out. She's giving me stuff, so I had a huge bloody mess. But then I literally yank and yank. Veins coming out. Finally, I get this thing out. It is caked.
So the filter was blocking the flow, which made it run harder, and that's what froze it. Yep.
Spot on. So I yanked the filter out, finally. Then she has new filters. And then I accuse her. I'm like, y'all moved in a year and like 3 months ago? I don't know. This sumbitch has been changed.
No, it probably hasn't. Plus, if it's a new house, it probably has a lot of construction debris that it's caked up pretty quickly.
Right. And the cool thing, unlike my house where my wife calls me out for every little thing because she's on point and thinks things should be like this or whatever, they don't fight because she's like, "Hey, man, it's cool. Did we screwed it up? We left it do we just need to buy a new furnace?" That's their attitude. And he's like, "Yeah, I guess we do. You know what? I noticed that there's a hole in the wall, but I guess the kids were pretty crazy this weekend." And that's the way they roll. Mm-hmm. So the kids, they just kind of like, wow. But it's tough, but they let each other out of jail. I don't get out of jail. So I got the Band-Aid on. It kept bleeding. My sons want to do the work on me. And then this morning I bumped it and the blood starts gushing again. It was probably one of those. I probably could have had a stitch or two. But instead, I love a good scar, and especially across my fingerprint, just in case the police have my fingerprints, because you never know if I got to start stealing to provide. But that's the price you pay when your wife has a bestie nearby. And when that husband's gone, and usually that husband's killing it, if you're the husband that's around, get ready to be all over town. Now, move into a twofer. But, Jeff, I want you to lead it off with a little bit of, like, real politics, and then we'll get into the combo. Do you want a regular intro, or do you want to combine them?
I think we do the combined intro. Will you get Mike on that?
Yeah, Mike, both buttons. Here we go.
Oh.
Polydictainment.
Yes. Another combo. Just a quick update on the war. I think there was a press conference where they denied it's not a war. It's something else. But no, it's a war.
Are they calling it a skirmish? Remember, I did this on Friday. I was calling it just like a little bit of maybe what do you call it, a slap fest? No, people are dying. And I'm not trying to be funny. there. But I mean, if it's not a war, what is it?
Yeah,
Confrontation.
It's a war. But Iran has now appointed the Khomeini's son. The one year they killed the leader, the supreme leader, the
I guess
Ayatollah.
he didn't show up at the meeting.
Wait, so now the son, who's been very private, but he's been part of the whole regime this whole time, but he's been very private. He has now been he's now the head, his son, Ayatollah Mojibada Khomeini, to succeed his late father. So they're still, Iran is not giving up. They're still fighting. I think our strategy is we're just going to just keep it going until they run out of bombs. And they can't bomb it because they've been trying to bomb. The service member got killed in, I think, Saudi Arabia over the weekend or last week.
Yeah.
So they're bombing other states, and so they're just going all over American embassy or American targets all over the region.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest problem. Yet they will say they're going after America, but they hit a couple of high-rise hotels, nicer hotels. So the mistake that this guy's dad made before he was blown up is they sent out. So here's the thing. Instead of making everybody feel sorry for you within the region, you went after the region. Now you drive them to the United States, and then now everybody's in on putting you out of business because you're crazy.
Maybe that's Trump's strategy, is to get us allied with all the rest of the Middle East.
I think he's pulling it off, but this dude may have the shortest reign ever.
Yeah, I was going to say, aren't we just going to find and bomb him like we did his father?
Yeah, he better not go to meetings. Don't go to meetings, because somebody in that group's talking. I know for a fact that it will be at this house today. And they found him. I mean, it is so weird. I heard over the weekend, because now there's time to talk more and more about it. The Iraq military, or whoever the leaders are, it was their job to get him in his bunker, and they just didn't get him in his bunker in time. And they were in motion, headed to the bunker, and I don't know where it is, whether it was a 1 mile drive. They didn't go into that. All they said is he was on the surface, headed for the bunker when they were killed.
They got him.
But he was also bringing 40 other higher topper guys. They all got killed. And then there was another meeting they knew about with some lower tier dudes. They all got killed. And now they're just like, dude, you were his son. And like you said, he's probably been in on the plans. You want the gig?
Yeah. And I think you're right. It's going to be the shortest Ayatollah ever.
If I'm him, I would trade that gig in for a cool haircut, get rid of the beard, sunglasses, and a convertible, and get the hell out of there. But we'll see where that goes. The only other thing seriously to talk about is New York with the bomb being found.
We'll talk more about this tomorrow when we get more information, because I just heard on the way in this morning. That was the press conference this morning when
No, they were talking about it yesterday. It was on my radar yesterday, and they had a press conference this morning. The mayor was there, who introduced the police chief. FBI's handling it. And they said, we're not at liberty to say. We'll have a press conference later in the afternoon to give you the entire story. So all I can tell people is, listen to us tomorrow morning. We'll have the facts, or, watch a little CNN or Fox News today, and you'll get it all. There'll be press conferences early afternoon.
Yeah, I just find it interesting that I don't know if the mayor, Mondami, was one of these defund the police Democrats, but he was up there.
He's a communist. He's not even a socialist. This dude, because he says he is. Only because I watched Bill Maher. Bill Maher's got him on tape saying he is.
Oh, no, he says he is. He's a Democratic socialist, but he was up there thanking the police for thwarting this.
Which has got to hurt. I mean, that's not the words he wants coming out of his mouth, because to anybody that elected him, if you're anti-police, guess what? Those bombs go off.
Yeah,
right. They
right.
go off. And if that's what you want, there's the only tease they've given is that it could be a cell that has been here for a while, or one that came over during the open borders with Biden. But they're saying it's definitely a terrorist type of situation. So we'll have more on that. Thank God we can get into some fun stuff. It's not fun when somebody dies. We don't even have funeral music. I don't even know what we do. 80s music.
Amazing Grace?
Yeah, I mean, we could do Amazing Grace. Maybe we need to have something, because we lost a hottie, Jennifer Runyon. Do you know who she is?
I don't. I saw you posted this.
I did.
She's one of these sort of hot blonde character actresses of the 80s, right?
Yep, she is. She would be most known. The biggest movie she would have been in was the very first Ghostbusters.
Oh.
And she's in there with another guy. They're two students on campus, and Bill Murray is doing that little game where he shocks you if you don't know the card. He's holding up numbers, and she's not guessing it, but he's giving her credit for it. And he
'Cause she's
doesn't
hot.
show it because she's hot. And then the guy comes up, and this dude's legitimately getting a lot of them right no matter what every time he zaps him. And he's like, ah! But she's the girl in that scene.
Okay.
Blonde.
But not a big part. Like
No,
yeah.
she's in it for 5 minutes and it's over. And it's at the beginning of the movie when it shows them still as scientists on a college grant. But she was in Up the Creek. Did you ever watch that?
No.
Oh, if you want a good 80s movie, check out Up the Creek. That was one I happened to see, and she was the hottie in that. And it's like a raft race type of thing. It's just one of those fun 80s movies. But look at her. You'll remember, and she aged well. Even at 65, she was there. And guess who one of her best friends was? The little Sabrina or the little witch. Remember Bewitched? The daughter, Tabitha?
Mm-hmm.
That was one of her best friends.
In real life?
In real life.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They were both-
What's her name?
her name is Jennifer Runyon.
Jennifer Runyon.
And yeah, look her up if you guys want. I mean, if you can get a little there, I don't know, that's horrible. I'm doing it on the fly. I should have sent you the picture, but there it is.
Yeah.
That's her. And yeah, it shows her in various parts. She also did Brady Christmas, a very Brady Christmas. She played the role, I think, of Jan with some of the actors. Because remember, Jan went sour on the Brady.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the
She
original
was like the
Jan.
fill-in
I think her
Jan?
name's Rose. Her last name's Rose. I'm doing it. Yeah, she didn't want to do it, so they had to find a blonde to do it. But the Bill Murray scene's great. She was also on that sitcom as Chachi's girlfriend.
Charles in Charge.
She was the girlfriend on Charles in Charge. Yeah. So she's gone at 65, brief cancer battle and gone.
Okay. Hey, well, speaking of Scott Baio and Republican, celebrities, who do you think, who's the biggest known Republican Hollywood actor, would you say?
Republican.
That is Republican, outspoken, and the most famous, the most,
Oh, that's easy. I know exactly who, and I know it because, I mean, you see the certain actors, but a guy that is on social, especially on X, crushing it is James Woods.
Yes. And he just posted over the weekend, he's done with the Republican
I was right, by the
Party.
way.
Yes, you were. I would say James Woods, yeah. I mean, and Mel Gibson and John Voight, but
James Woods calls people out. I've been seeing his stuff for years.
Yeah. So he's been very outspoken and very, very much a Trump supporter. But he says he is done with the Republican Party, mainly because the Republicans blocked Nancy Mace trying to the Congress lady, the hot one. I call her hot. Republican Representative Nancy Mace. She tried to subpoena Omar Elon's immigration records for her and her brother.
Okay.
So I guess they wanted to see how she got here, what was the process.
Legitimate question.
And apparently the Republicans killed it.
No.
Yeah. So between that and then another Republican
Come on.
refusing to pass the SAVE Act, which is the Voter ID Act, another Republican blocked that. James Wood says, between those two things, I am done with the Republican Party. I am changing my party affiliation to independent.
Oh, boy.
No wonder President Trump is fighting an uphill battle every day. So James Wood says he's no longer a Republican and he is going to be an independent, which I think a lot of us are.
Yeah. I think you and I had conversations. I was leaning towards Robert F. Kennedy Jr. just because I liked him. I thought the only hiccup was his voice, and that's not his fault. And I love Trump. I love what he does. And, I got a brother, I got close friends that are like, man, I'm a Republican, I'm conservative. Man, this guy, though, I'm like, get past his personality. He was the same guy that was doing the business where you're fired. And also somebody's getting really brilliant. They have Trump on an interview with several people 20 and 25 years ago, everything from David Letterman to Oprah. Mm-hmm. And he says the same damn thing every time. Yeah. And they even ask him, each time the reporter asks him, no matter who it is, also the chick that started The View, Barbara Walters, is interviewing him. And she's like, well, why not step in? Why not do a life of service or whatever? And he's like, I'm not against that. But right now, this is what I do. You know, if it ever came to that, if I thought that I could make a difference, I know I could go in right now and balance the budget. I could go in and fix this deal, that deal. He's saying that 30 years ago.
Hey, he also in those interviews he says, "Well, I may not be. People won't like what I have to say or won't like it." And I won't be able to compete with just a traditional politician.
Like he said, I'm not a good politician,
right?
And he's not. He's not presidential as we know it.
Yeah.
But is presidential good if you put on a face and you're fake? And I don't know what you're really thinking. And do I really know George Bush?
Well, I think this is why Trump came to power, is because we saw this is what you're going to get. He's not faking it. He's telling it like it is. That's what people liked about it.
So I say embrace that madness. Quit judging the dude on whether he'd be your best friend if he lived next door or not, and let the guy run the damn country.
Polydictainment.
Good job, Mike, on the buttons.
Yeah.
That was another combo, Steve MZ and Polydictainment.
Yeah, and because we're rushed, I didn't even get a chance to tell you. You can go ahead and dial up Jack Sugar, our sports guy. But
well, we need to hit a sponsor first.
Oh God, I haven't hit any sponsors this morning. I bet they're like, "What the hell?" See, this is what happens when you go live without a net. First, I will tell you, check this out if you can look it up. Rihanna's house. 10 gunshot rounds shot into it over the weekend.
Oh.
Who goes by Rihanna and just like...
And did they know who it was?
Nobody
was it
knows.
Or was it just a rando?
I'm sure there's cameras in the area. They're going to figure out why somebody shot up her house. That was brought to you by two greats. First, Exit Wealth. We work out of the Exit Wealth studios. That is Justin Farmer, ex-WSB fame. Your weekend desk guy, your 5-day-a-week, 6 o'clock news guy. He did it all. And Ted Jenkin, my dear friend and the hardest working man I know on the planet, runs that, as well as Exit Stage Left Advisors. And that I'm talking to several people that have businesses. You know, we're in funky little times, and if you're tired of fighting the fight and you've done it and you think you've got money, or maybe you've figured out another angle, or you just want to live off some interest, or you're just tired and it's time to sit and you've got it all you need, call us. We'll see what your business is worth, see if you want to sell it, whether you want to do it in a year or 10 years. Exit Stage Left Advisors. And lastly, David Markwell. I think we got in, anytime we talk about politics or New York, it's almost like mental illness exists. David Markwell, markwelltherapy.com. Let me tell you, go have a meeting with him. Just do 1 hour with this guy, and you'll be like, he can change my life. He can change my direction. He can change my attitude. And it's just masterful how these guys, through education, know the process. So God bless David Markwell. Go to markwelltherapy.com. He runs Ridgeline Counseling out of Marietta. And right now, our sports sponsorship, I'll mention one and get into the other when we're done. One is North Atlanta Golf Carts. And North Atlanta Golf Carts, proud sponsor of sports. I'll even run it by our guy if he pops up here. Jack Sugar, are you there?
I am here. You sound
it.
A bit robotic, but I'm here. Let's see if it fixes.
Okay, we can call you back.
I just reset. Let me try.
You reset it?
Yeah.
How we doing? Hold on, let me talk to our producer. Mike, reset. I hate yelling at him.
I may need Mike to hang up and call me back.
All right,
I don't know what.
Mike, let him go. Call him back. All right. So while you do that, North Atlanta Golf Carts has 2 locations. And matter of fact, I'll give you the 2 locations because I'm cutting a nice commercial for these guys today. One's in Dawsonville, one's in Buford. And new used golf carts, they sell them. Your Yeah Come On deal, you won't see it advertised. $500 off, new and used. And they do trade-ins as well. North Atlanta Golf Carts. Ask for Craig Riddle. How do you hear me now, Jack?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Boom. I was just talking about our newest sponsor for sports. We have 2. We have Regal Nissan Sports, because we have one of our sports guys. I only have 2. I've got Jack Sugar, who's on with us now every Monday and Friday, calling it like he sees it. He works at Prize Picks. He's my brother-in-law, and this dude oozes sports knowledge, and he's better than me. So that's why I put him on. And the other would be Skipper, who runs service. And whenever you're at Regal Nissan, if you stand next to him, he's always talking about sports. So I said, I'll put him to work and let him sponsor and be the guest of his own sponsorship. But North Atlanta Golf Carts is the other one, Jack. So if you need a golf cart, you're now going to get it from North Atlanta Golf Carts. That includes your parents, you, anybody. They'll ship them. They bring them to the house. If you need one, you're going to get the greatest discount ever. It's the Yeah Come On discount.
Yeah, no, definitely going to go there. Great guys as well. I had a chance to meet them at one of your putt-putt event.
That's right. We did a putt-putt golf tournament, and Jack was there, and they were a proud sponsor. So these are people I've vetted for over 15 years. I know they're the best because I'm never going to catch hell if I send you there. Jack, in sports, again, we talk about the lull. We know what's coming. We've got golf going, Final Four. NBA's going down as well as hockey, if you're into that. Where do you take us today?
Well, I guess speaking of putting, I don't know if anybody saw what Akshay Bhatia did yesterday, but that was it gets the juices flowing for the Masters. He was down 5 strokes making the turn into the final round. Daniel Berger, who he was in the group with, had him by 5 strokes, and I mean that back nine, it was like had me absolutely locked in. Akshay, he made over 150 feet of putts yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
And ended up just making an insane comeback, forcing a playoff on the 18th hole. Berger actually had to make a 20-footer on the 18 to force the playoff. Akshay was so hot. So wow. It was an incredible, just like, and the 2 guys in the same group, final group, duking it out. It doesn't happen often enough. And so when it did at Arnie's place yesterday, it was like, yes, it's officially golf season. So I was dialed in on that yesterday.
Dude, when that's going down, call me. I'm trying to have any kind of sports life I can. That gives me a reason. So send your brother-in-law a little message going, you might want to watch this. Not that I'm going to broadcast about it, but I just want to see some good golf.
Yeah, it was awesome. I would recommend checking out the highlights. But no, I'm with you. With the lull here. I'm trying to get the brain switched over to basketball mode, but the sports I'm allowed to watch in the house are dependent on how good they are to take a nap to. Oh. That's my wife's scale, and so she always complains about the squeaky shoes in a basketball broadcast.
Harder to sleep to,
and
yeah.
So I can't watch basketball because it's too hard to sleep to. So I haven't been up on the storylines as much as I should be, as much as I'd like to be with college basketball. But conference championship week this week, you're going to have plenty of opportunity to start seeing who's made of what before we get to Selection Sunday and then March Madness next Thursday. So that's what I'm looking forward to right now.
Are you doing a family thing? Are we doing that again, or do you have the time? I know you got a lot going on. Okay, so you'll send that out. We'll take a look, and then I'll go ahead and donate my money to you.
Right.
That's what I do. I'm just there to help. We'll have some fun. I want to do it with you because you're so into sports. But I love the Steve Bartkowski looking back at the Falcons. I think we're just looking at the red uniforms. We know those are coming back. I wish the helmets would be red. I think they will be for games, but I want to get rid of the black helmet. I want to go back to red, and I think you do too. Do you realize that he passed for over 23,000 yards, 154 TDs, leading Atlanta to their first playoff victory and 2 Pro Bowl nods? That's Steve Bartkowski, who and I know, Jeff, that's the one guy you know about.
He's my first. Him and Herschel Walker were my first sports idols. Back then. It was around the same time.
Yeah, Jack, you weren't around for Bartkowski. It was 75 draft when he came in.
No.
I'm sorry. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. It's your parents. They should have just got together earlier and had sex.
But he played from what, 70 just for the Falcons?
Huh?
Did he play for the Falcons his whole career?
That's it. He never played for anybody else.
Early 80s.
Early 80s. Yeah, and then he was done. And again, if you see Steve Bartkowski out, he limps because he had the worst offensive line known to history. It was called Please God Sack Me. I mean, it was horrible. But lastly, Jack, and we'll close up sports. Give me John Daly's son. Your thoughts?
John Daly's son. I love watching these guys come up, the sons of legends. You got Charlie Woods. You got John Daly's son kind of coming up. And I hope that they can make it to the next level, and we can see them more often. But I just love watching. It's like, it makes me feel old, to be honest with you. But seeing these kids kind of come up with the pedigree and the last names, it's just fun to see them grow up. So yeah, that's all I got for you there.
Well, no, yeah, it's all you need. I just think it's fun. I love Jaley's one of those guys that could have been so great. He doesn't care. The guy's just gifted with a golf club. So many are. You look at Nicholas and Tiger Woods, like you said, and you've seen Nicholas's son's caddy. You've seen him, chip in and get hole-in-ones. They're great with a stick too. But to do it and do it at that level weekly is a special gift. And I think you just got to give either you got it or you just got to practice nonstop. And it just becomes consuming. And maybe a lot of these guys either went with Dad and dug it, or there's a lot of guys that said, damn, Dad, you were away from home too long. I'm not doing that to my kids.
Well, the beauty of it too now is, like, you can make a whole career playing golf without playing professionally. I mean, because you can just be a YouTube golfer.
Mm-hmm.
And, some of these guys, like, he would have a following instantly because of his last name. And so whether or not he wants to or can play professionally, if he has the personality, they're blessed with the immediate kind of like notoriety, I guess. And can just play golf on YouTube. I mean, there are so many people making money playing golf on YouTube. I'm like, what am I doing here being an accountant? I could have just been a YouTube golf
here's
influencer.
The thing. Think about it. You're a good golfer. I've got my moments. You've seen me go 2 under in 4 holes on East Lake, and I'm wearing my East Lake shirt today because I know what's coming. We got golf in Georgia, and I just love East Lake. And for the record, his dad's a member, and occasionally I get the nod to come out. But, you and I could go out, and Jeff, you could be our caddy and drive in a golf cart.
Well, I don't get to play?
No, hear me out. No, you drink throughout.
Okay.
And give us bad advice, and you film Jack and I. Jack gets mad at me by about hole 15, and in the end we hug it out, and we could do our own little 3 golf person. We'll just shoot it every day at really nice courses.
And then we hit the 19th hole.
And then we hit the 19th hole to finish you off where you pass out. And then Jack and I sit there smoking cigars on the porch, and we end the show. What do you think, Jack?
I'm in. Say no more.
Jack, think about it. Put it together. You're a brainiac. That is my brother-in-law, and I'm going to let you see yourself off the show instead of me saying it. You're a big man. You're a radio guy now. Close yourself out, and thank you for your time.
This has been Jack Sugar with Come On Sports.
Come on! All right, man, a little show close here and a little music.
A little track 13. We were talking about this before we started. You want to do some kind of dirty rock? What was it called?
I love categories. I run across, it's like dirty rock. These are like true rock songs that the artists themselves never thought they would get radio play. They just thought they just did it to be fun and just to be a little over the top. So either A, the music's harder than normal. B, the lyrics are just repetitive and almost simplistic. It was more of a vent. They say these are songs that the bands, to warm up to, just to get going, they wrote these songs that they didn't take as seriously as they did others. Mm-hmm. And there's a whole list of those, and there's a list of 10 bands. It's like the top 10 rock songs that got the rockers off, but they weren't necessarily meant to
the hits.
All right,
hits. Well, give me one of them. Let's.
All right, let me see what I can give you here. So I'm looking at my list. Got to get past Steve Barkowski. God, I love you, Steve. We're gonna have to have him on. I talk too much about him, and you love him.
Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna get him.
Okay.
There's bands like, you tell me what band you like. Loudness, Dirty Looks, Montrose, Wasp, Crocus, Kicks.
I like them all. Let's start with Kicks.
Oh.
What Kicks song you have? I like Kicks. They're from Maryland.
They are.
Fronted by Steve Whiteman. I've been hearing a lot of Kicks on Hair Nation lately, and I've been digging it. So let's do Cold Blood for today's track 13.
Do you hear the blower guy?
Yeah,
I hear him. I don't know if our listeners do.
I don't think they are.
I have told this company that we work till 10:30, and damn it, they took me serious. The blower just kicked in at 10:32. Mm-hmm. There's one guy out there that speaks fluent English, and I say, bro, not near the C building. So you're going to go with Kicks out of Maryland. They had a few hits. Not to be confused with Saigon Kicks. Looks like the song Cold Blood was the song that they loved.
Cold Blood is a pretty nasty song. They got some really good, heavy, technically dirty songs. But we'll do today's track 13. You can watch the video, listen to it. Link is in the description. It is Kicks, Cold Blood, track 13 on The Come On Show.